everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is definitely a long overdue video and I'm so sorry that I've been gone for such a long time, but I am back today and I am doing my makeup artist series, and I'm just kind of doing a series dedicated to makeup artists and how to be a makeup artist and all the things that you need in order to become a makeup artist. So if you're an aspiring makeup artist or a current freelance makeup artist, then this series is going to be amazing for you. I asked you guys on Snapchat to send me all of your questions, and if you're not following me on Snapchat, I'll leave it down below and I'll also put it here on the screen so you guys can follow me there. I do a lot of like behind the scenes and makeup reviews and stuff like that there, so you can follow me on that. So before I get into the question and answer part of the video, I wanted to kind of let you guys know how I became a makeup artist and a little backstory of how I got started. So basically, I graduated high school when I was 16 years old. I did homeschooling and I also did a lot of advanced classes so I can be done with school because I absolutely hated it. I cannot lie, I hated school. So once I was done with high school, I tried to get into college, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. So the whole process of signing up for college and getting financial aid and all of that was just such a dilemma that I kind of put a hold on it, and I really wanted to sit down and think about what I really wanted to do because I didn't want to have a lot of loans for a career that I didn't really like and that I wasn't going to pursue. So I came across beauty school, and this is something that kind of always interested me. I always used to do my mom's blow dry and I would do my makeup, and for cheerleading I was just very intrigued of, you know, getting makeup done and all of that stuff. So I decided to go into beauty school, and for me it was kind of like a stepping stone. I said, well, I'll go for beauty school for 2 years and I'll kind of figure out what I want to do from there. So I basically went to beauty school and I fell in love with the beauty industry and I decided that I wanted to do it as a career. So I finished beauty school and I went on to get my license. So I'm state licensed to be a cosmetologist, which means that I can do anything from waxing, facials, hair, makeup, massage, anything. So whatever I want to specialize in, I can do because I'm licensed. So while I was in beauty school, I kind of figured out what I really wanted to specialize in, and that was hairstyling and makeup. So I knew that for sure I wanted to do events, so photo shoots, weddings, 15s, anything that involved hair and makeup, I wanted to do. So that's basically how I got started, and now I'm going to jump into the questions and answer all of them for you guys. So the first question is from Steph, and she asked, how did you get into the beauty industry? So basically it goes back to how I got started. I went to beauty school first. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think you have to go to beauty school in order to become a makeup artist. I do think that it's amazing in the sense that it opens a lot of doors for you because you have a base, you have a foundation, and if you go ahead and get licensed, you have that certification. So it just gives you so much more credibility when you are speaking to a client or a potential job. Okay, so the next question is from Garida, and she asked, how did you begin to actually charge people, and how do you know you're prepared? Okay, so basically, at first, I wouldn't really charge people, and by that I mean, I kind of grabbed my sister, I grabbed my mom, I grabbed my friends, all of my family members, and I did their makeup, and I practiced on them. Because when you are doing makeup on yourself, you kind of learn where your flaws at, where you want to place color, where you don't want to place color, what looks good on you and what doesn't. But when you're working on different skin type, skin tones, different eyes, age skin, younger skin, all of those things change. So you want to make sure that you know how to work on every single skin tone, every single skin type, every single eye shape, and face shape. So you want to kind of grab different people and work on different people and be able to build your portfolio with those girls. At least to start off, you want to have something to show your customer or your client or if you're going into a job interview, you want to be able to show something that you can do. So I would get those pictures and I would post it on Instagram. And Instagram was the biggest thing for me. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth later on just Instagram. It was the best promotion that I ever did. She also asked, how do you know that you're prepared? So I don't think there is a stage in your makeup career where you're like, okay, now I'm absolutely ready, I got this. It's more like a transition. You have to practice a lot. There's still situations that come up for me that I'm like, whoa, I've never been in this situation before, but you kind of work through it and you learn how to handle different things. So I don't think there's a point where you're ready. You just kind of have to keep going. You don't really have to think about, am I ready? Am I not ready? Try not to have those doubts in your head. Just know that if this is really what you want to do and you're passionate about it, just learn from everything that happens to you and just keep on going and practice. I swear, practicing is everything. Oh my god. I just noticed I don't have any lashes on. Okay, now that we're back with some lashes, we can continue. So basically, as I was saying, it's just kind of, you have to fake it until you make it. You have to be confident. You can't let anyone know that you're scared or that you think you're not prepared, that you're not ready. You just kind of have to fake it until you make it, and you have to be super confident, not cocky, but just confident that what you're doing is good and she is gonna look beautiful and that she does look beautiful. Next question comes from Lily, and she says, should I work for free? Okay, this is a question that it can vary. So you should work for free in the sense that if you're working with more than one person, like if there's a photographer involved, a model involved, you're involved, there's a hairstylist involved or something like that, and everybody is getting paid, you should be getting paid. If nobody is getting paid and it's more of like a collaboration and everybody is getting something out of it, like the photographer is getting pictures, the model is getting pictures, you're getting pictures for your portfolio, then that's okay to do work for free, because you're only gonna build your brand and just build your portfolio and have nice pictures to have on your website, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and all of that stuff. Now, if everybody on the job is getting paid and you're not, that's not okay. Even if you do maybe a small fee or maybe not $100 for makeup or something like that, and your price is low, that's fine. As long as you're getting paid, because that is your time. So I suggest if everybody is getting paid, you should be getting paid. So the next question comes from Emma, and she says, do you have to go to beauty school and do I need to have a license to be a makeup artist? So honestly, in beauty school, they don't really teach you much about makeup. They really go in depth when it comes to hair coloring, hair treatments, cutting hair, and all of those things. They really go in depth with that. They do touch up on makeup and hygiene and how to disinfect your products and your brushes and everything like that, which I think it is essential, but you do not need to go to cosmetology school to be a makeup artist. It's not a requirement, just like you don't need to have a license. But I think, in my opinion, if you really want to do this as a career, it's an amazing option to go to cosmetology school, get your license, just because it gives you so much more credibility and it makes people know and understand that you are serious about this, that you went to school and you are dedicated and you want to do this. You don't need it, but if you want to do it as a career, I highly, highly suggest that you do. Okay, the next question comes from Katie, and she says, what are products I absolutely need to have in my kit? Okay, so this is a video that I really want to film of just essential makeup kit products that you need to have, and I'll show you guys what I do for my bridal kit, my prom kit, everything, what I have inside, what I cannot leave the studio without, and products that at all times I need to have with me. That's a whole separate video, but I'm going to touch a little bit on that. So for sure, I think the number one thing is you need to have enough foundations for everybody. So from the fairest, the whitest, fairest girl to the deepest, darkest girl, you need to have all of those foundation ranges. You don't need to have every single color in between, because you can mix colors to make a custom foundation color, but you do need to have the fairest and the darkest, because you don't know who your client is going to be. Or if you're at a wedding party, let's say the bride is super fair, but her best friend can be super dark. So you don't want to show up to a job and not be able to cater to everyone that is there. I honestly find that very offensive to your clients. So I always like to have the fairest and the darkest. Even if I never use them, or even if I use it one in my entire career, that is fine. It just makes me feel comfortable and I know that I'm prepared. So it's one of those things that I'm never on the edge, like, oh my gosh, you know, is there going to be a super dark girl here? Is there going to be a super fair girl here? Maybe I don't have enough foundations, or what am I going to do? Is it going to look terrible on her? I don't have that problem because I know that I'm prepared. So it makes me a lot more confident and just secure. Also, make sure you have just basically one of everything. You don't need to have 30 eyeliners and 40 mascaras and a gazillion brushes and blushes and everything like that. Just make sure that you have the absolute necessary. So make sure you have a couple of blush selections that you can choose from. Make sure you have a black, a brown eyeliner, something, you know, very neutral. You don't have to go crazy and buy purple and blue eyeliner. That is something that comes with time, but just make sure that you have the essentials. So the things that you absolutely need. And like I said, I am going to be making a video about this. If it is already up, I'll go ahead and list it down below so you guys can see it. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but just be sure that you at least have one of everything. That's how I started off. Okay, the next question comes from Jennifer, and she says, I've been doing makeup for a couple of months, but I only get 2 to 3 girls a month. I see that you're always booked, and I would love to know how to gain more clients. Okay, so being a makeup artist, I feel like everything, you need a lot of patience, and it doesn't just come to you. When I started off, I only got like 1 to 2 girls a month, the same. And I would get super nervous, and you know, I would try my best. I would take forever, but that's fine. You're getting 2 to 3 girls a month. That's amazing. You're at least getting clients. So that is something that not a lot of people get. Sometimes people don't get anybody. So the fact that you are getting 1 to 2 clients, 2 to 3 clients a month, that means something. So go on Snapchat, put that you're doing a client, take a picture of your makeup, take a picture before and after of your client, so that people know that you are doing makeup, that you are currently a makeup artist. So just blast everywhere. Put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, put it on your Snapchat, put it on Twitter, so that people know that you are a makeup artist and that you're currently doing makeup. So that just makes you relevant. And when they think of makeup artists, they're going to think, oh, well, this girl posted she was doing some girl's makeup, so she's a makeup artist. So they're going to go and look for you because it reminds them of you, because you're always posting about being a makeup artist. Just like if you don't really get a lot of clients throughout the month, take pictures of your makeup, do a review. Oh my gosh, I love this foundation. I bought it at Sephora, or I bought it here, or I bought it there. So people know that you are in that industry, that you're interested about makeup, that you're a makeup artist, and that you're talking about it. So when they think, I need a makeup artist for prom, or I need a makeup artist for this event, they're going to think of you. So just be sure to stay relevant. And then that's how the customers and the clients are going to come to you. So my biggest platform was Instagram. So that was the way that I basically got all of my clients. It was through Instagram. So at first I only had 5 pictures, 10 pictures of before and afters, or like at a photo shoot and stuff like that. But that's okay, because you have to build it with time. It's not something that you wake up one day and you have 200 pictures on your Instagram. Unfortunately, it just doesn't happen. It's something that comes with time. So that's why I always say, grab your sister, grab your mom, grab your friends, anybody, do their makeup and post it on Instagram. If you do a makeup and you don't post it, it's like you never did it. So be sure that you're always taking pictures, you're always posting the pictures, and it doesn't have to be on a professional camera. I started on my iPhone. I feel like everybody starts on their phone. And then once you start building that clientele, you can kind of upgrade and get better quality pictures and better quality cameras and things like that. But just be sure that you're uploading and that you're at least putting one picture a day, if not every 2 days a picture, just so that people know that you're a makeup artist. And then the clients are slowly but surely gonna start coming through, and they're gonna see that you have a lot of pictures, that you do this as like a job, so they're going to come back to you. Maria asks, how do you know how many girls to book for one day, and how do I ask for help? Okay, so basically this depends on each makeup artist. So be sure to time yourself and know more or less how much time you spend on a client on a regular basis. So usually for a makeup artist, it's 45 to an hour. If you're starting off, it might take you a little bit longer. It might take you an hour and a half, just because you're not super comfortable, or you are kind of figuring out what steps you want to do first, and kind of you're learning how you work. So you don't have it down packed. So it might take you a little bit longer. Just time yourself and know how long you take, and then go from there. So if they need to be ready by a certain time, and what time they need to be ready, calculate the math and see how many girls you can do within that time frame. Also, for me, I always like to calculate an extra hour for touch-ups, and also just in case something goes wrong. If I'm doing a wedding party, I always do an hour after for touch-ups, or if maybe for some reason we're running late throughout the wedding, someone is late, or you're just a little behind for whatever reason, then you have a little bit of time to kind of catch up and you're not rushing. So the one thing that I always suggest is try to not rush, and try to not be in that position where you're being rushed and pressured, because if you are starting off, that could be a little overwhelming for you. And so maybe things start to go wrong, you start messing up, and then you get a little bit more nervous, and then things just go wrong. So be sure that you have plenty of time. I always overschedule the time instead of just saying 45 minutes per client, and then I have clients that are late, I have clients that just leave because they don't want to wait. You don't want to have that. So just be sure that you at least, if you know that you do makeup in an hour and a half, say, hey, it's going to be an hour and a half to 2 hours per girl, because I really want to take my time and I want everything to come out perfect, so I want to schedule with enough time for things just in case if anything happens. If you know that you do makeup in 45 minutes, well then say, hey, look, it's going to be an hour per girl, just to be safe. Because if you finish early, that's amazing, they're going to be so happy, but if you finish late, they're not. So you want to make sure you kind of have everything planned out. Do timelines. I do timelines for everything. When I have a wedding, when I have a quinces, when I have a busy day, I do timelines just to keep everything in order. I know what time I'm going to start. I know what time I'm going to end. I know what time I have a break to get a little snack. I need something. I never get a snack and I never eat something. But there's some people that need to eat something. So you can do that. You can schedule a little break, 15-minute break, anything. And then the second part of the question is, how do I ask for help? So basically, you kind of know who the makeup artists in your area are. Just kind of reach out to them and tell them, hey, I'm a makeup artist, I do makeup, I love your work, I need help for this day, this event, do you have available? And then say yes, no. If they say yes, you can tell them, okay, so I have this many girls that I would need help with because it's a big bridal party, or because it's a big event and I need you to help me. So then you kind of go into the pricing and decide what you want to charge. So you can do anything from give them the full price of what you charge, or give them a little bit under and you get a little commission for giving them the client. That is up to you and how you want to do things, but that's what you can do. If they agree on the pricing, you agree on the pricing, you guys are both happy, then you tell them, okay, set your schedule for this day. This is going to be the start time and you'll be done more or less by this time. So they know what is going on. So once they have it on your schedule, you're basically set. This is a makeup artist that, if you guys work well together, can help you for the rest of your career or for just a certain period of time or anything like that. You guys can grow together. So then what happens is, if that makeup artist is booked and she has too many clients or just can't for that day, she can send them to you. So then you're getting clients, she's getting clients, and you're both are happy. That's another way to get clients, just to contact other makeup artists and build relations. I hate when people think that makeup artists hate each other. We don't. We actually work together so often, and we kind of grow from each other and we help each other. So don't be afraid to help, or don't be afraid to ask for help. If someone asks you to help them and it is convenient for you and it works for you, then help them. And I'm sure that they will return the favor. Emily asked, can being a makeup artist be a full-time job? So I am currently a full-time makeup artist. I quit my full-time job and makeup is all I do. So I do makeup from Monday to Sunday, any time of the week, wherever they need me, I am there. I do have my own company. So I'm PowerHouseBeauty and I work for myself. So I did open the company and I do hire makeup artists under me. So whenever I need help or whenever it's too much for me to handle, that I can't do everything at once or be at different photo shoots at one time, I send my makeup artists to go fill in. So it can be a full-time job. It's something that doesn't just come from 2 weeks, a month, a year, 2 years. It comes with many years. I've been doing hair and makeup for 4 years now. It's gonna be 5. So it takes a long time. And even still, I have so much more to grow and so much more to do. So it's something that it can be a full-time job, but it's not easy. It's not something that you say, oh, okay, I want to be a makeup artist, and you quit your job. It doesn't really work that way. It's something that you have to start off very small and grow little by little. So my camera ran out of battery and I cannot find the charger for the life of me. So I had to go ahead and get my old camera just to finish up this video. And basically what I was saying is that if you guys have any more questions and you would like to leave them down below for me, you can go ahead and do so. Also, I am working on doing a series for just makeup artists. So if you have any videos that you would like for me to film, then you can leave them down below. And I will also have in the description all of my links to my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Snapchat, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how to start your own career as a makeup artist, and if you guys want to follow me on there. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you guys very soon.